In this video, I'm going to be answering questions about the weird things that Americans do in movies and TV shows. Do Americans really call their best friend's parents Mr. and Mrs. like they do in movies? Like, girl sleeps over at her bestie's 3 nights a week and she still says, "Hey, Mrs. Williams," when her second mom walks in the house. Yeah, actually. Yeah, it depends on the situation. Like, if it's really your best friend and you over at their house all the time, at least in my experience, what I would do, I would just call my best friend's mother mom. Like, if I go over to their house, that's mom to me. You know what I'm saying? I would say, "Hey, mom, what's up? What's up, dad?" That kind of thing. But if it's somebody that you don't really know very well, you're not very close with or comfortable with, you would say like, "Yeah, hey, Mrs. Williams, how you doing?" But once the relationship is established, once you guys are comfortable, that's mom and dad. You know what I mean? Do Americans really dream about having their own reality TV show, or is that just in TVs and movies? You know what? I would like to say that's just in TVs and movies because I don't know anybody personally. I've never met anybody that dreamt about having their own reality TV show. But not just Americans, but kind of the world now dreams about having their own reality TV show. It's called social media. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, etc. Kind of the same thing. Most people, I shouldn't say most people, a lot of people dream about being famous, and now it's easier than ever with these little cell phones we got. So, but back to your question, I don't think so. I would like to think most people look at reality TV shows and understand them for what they are, which is just like mindless entertainment. It's not reality. It's actually pretty stupid, but you don't have to put a lot of thought into it when you're watching it after 9 hours of work. You know what I'm saying? Do Americans really grow up with a specific university in mind and call their dream school, or is it just a movie trope because it's just so bizarre to me? I would say yes and no. It kind of depends on the person, but it is very normal for kids like to know from a very young age, I want to go to this school, my mom went to this school, or my dad went to that school, or I'm going to play football for this school, I'm going to play basketball for that school. So it's not like a weird thing to us if somebody knows from a very young age that they want to go to this particular school. Because what you got to understand, at least in my opinion, American universities are businesses more so than, places of higher education. They got marketing campaigns, the mascots, the colors. They're selling you the experience. You know what I mean? So an impressionable kid, or a kid that has a lot of family members that went to college, or a kid that plays sports or is doing really well academically, might have a particular school in mind for any of those reasons. You know what I'm saying? So for us, it's pretty normal. Yeah. Do Americans really eat pancakes for breakfast every day, or is that just me watching too many TV shows? That is definitely you watching too many TV shows. I don't know anybody that eats pancakes every day or even every week. Pancakes are it's a very heavy breakfast, and it takes time to make them. Nobody has time to make pancakes. First of all, they're way too heavy to eat first thing in the morning. So I know what you're talking about, like in movies and TV shows where you see, this huge big breakfast on the table with bacon and pancakes and eggs and hash browns, etc. That's only in movies. Like maybe on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, somebody might cook all that breakfast for the family, but in my experience, that's not a typical American thing, But it depends. America's a big country. There's a lot of different, let's say subcultures here. So some people might do that every weekend, but in my experience, that's just something that you see in movies. Do Americans really eat PB&J, or is that like a fake movie thing? Hang on a second, man. Hey, you talking about? Does that answer your question? All right, all jokes aside, yes, Americans eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I never really understood why that's such a strange concept for people from other countries to understand or come to grips with. Like, peanut butter and jelly is very, very good, and there are many other foods around the world where people have nuts and berries. I think that's a very, very good combination, like salt and sugar. You know what I'm saying? It's really good. And if you think that's the strangest thing that Americans eat, you've probably never been to the United States of America or watched the Food Network at any point in life, because that's pretty basic stuff. I mean, we eat some weird stuff. Do Americans really not say goodbye when ending a phone call? All these TV shows, they just hang up. Yeah, man, we say hello, we say goodbye, nice talking to you, see you later, peace, something. I mean, if you're the type of person that just hangs up the phone without saying anything, I don't know, a lot of people would probably take that the wrong way. You know, you might come off as kind of like an asshole or mean or something like that. So we say hello and goodbye just like most people around the world. I think, you know, the hanging up without saying anything is more like a movie, TV show type of thing. My question to Americans is, are cheerleaders in high school really like what we see in movies and TV shows? Are they really the prettiest, most popular girls that everyone looks up to? Are they mean girls? Because that has always been such a cliche. OMG. You know, man, looking at this tweet and these images, I can tell you, like, this is a pretty good representation of your typical high school cheerleader in the U.S. You know, like, some of them, I guess, are pretty, you know, relatively popular. Some of them can be mean. Yeah, so I'm not going to say it's like dead on, and I definitely wouldn't say that they're the girls everybody looks up to. But what you see in TV shows and movies and stuff like that is pretty accurate. I mean, it's a little Hollywood, a little dramatized, a little exaggerated, but yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of pretty kind of stuck-up girls. They're relatively popular. So yeah, I would say the depiction of these girls is pretty accurate. Based on my personal experience, I would say, yeah, it's pretty close. Why do Americans on the TV always have blenders inside their sinks? For those of you that don't know, they're called garbage disposals. And why do we have them? Because they're convenient, I guess. You don't want your sink to get clogged. So if you like cook dinner and you got a bunch of leftover food and you don't want to throw it in the trash can so that it stinks and the whole house stinks, you can just put it down the garbage disposal. So you put it in the sink. First of all, you run the water, you put the food in the sink and turn it on, and it just blends up all the food into tiny little pieces so that it can go down the drain. It won't clog it, and you're good to go. Now, you might be saying, why don't you just put the food in the trash can and then take the trash out? Or why don't you just eat all the food? You know what I'm saying? You wasteful piece of shit Americans. That maybe is what you're thinking, but for us, it's a super normal thing to have a garbage disposal. If an apartment or a house doesn't have a garbage disposal, it wouldn't be strange, but you know, it's just something that has become so normal for us. It's super convenient to be able to put dirt, you know, food down the garbage disposal, turn it on, and forget about it, you know? So, do Americans actually leave a spare key under their doormat, or is it just a movie or book type of thing? Because if they do, that's really motherfucking dumb, to be honest. Hey, I'll be honest with you, there are people that actually do that. Yeah, for sure. I agree it's pretty fucking dumb, but there are a lot of people that do it, you know? So if you ever want to rob an American, just walk up to the front door, check under the doormat, rocks and stuff like that. You'll probably find a key. Do Americans eat s'mores as much as movies say they do? Nah, man, I don't think so. That's more of like a every once in a while kind of thing. Maybe if you go camping a lot, you might eat s'mores all the time, but for the rest of us, a lot of people don't even have like open fire to cook s'mores on, you know, with the graham cracker, the marshmallows, and the actual chocolate. I don't think most people eat s'mores on a regular basis. Now, we have a lot of s'mores flavored stuff, like s'mores flavored chocolate bars and s'mores flavored, frappuccinos and things of that nature. But to eat an actual, you know, s'mores, nah, that's more like for the movies, bruh. Wait, do Americans actually get fed lunches in schools? I thought that was just a movie thing. Yeah, actually, we do every single day. You can get breakfast too. If you show up to school early enough, you can get breakfast, and then everybody, not everybody actually, you have to pay a few dollars or something like that for the lunch unless your family makes less than a certain amount of money, then you get free lunch, you know. Now the quality of the lunch, at least at my school, it wasn't, it was actually similar to the food that you get in jail. I know that sounds bad. What I'm trying to say is it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like me, for example, I didn't eat school lunch. I might eat like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or I might leave campus to get lunch, when I was in high school or something like that. I don't remember what I did in middle school or elementary, but yeah, it's totally normal for everybody or most people to get lunch at school. And a lot of kids, the only time they would eat is at school. The only time that we get breakfast and lunch is if they went to school. They might not get a lot of food, at home. So, yeah. Do Americans actually pledge allegiance to their flag in school, or is that something that happens in films? Yes, 100%. I don't know if they do it anymore. Most likely not. But when I was in school, like elementary school, middle school, I don't think we did it in high school. We definitely pledged allegiance to the American flag. Every morning before school started, everybody was expected to stand up, put their hand over their heart, look at the flag, because there was a flag in every classroom, and you would pledge allegiance to the flag. So this was me every single morning before school. And I should be standing to do this. A lot of Americans, if they see this, they're going to call me a disrespectful piece of shit. But it's just a video, so it's all good. So here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.